All right, today we're going to build a toolkit, but not for your garage. This one's for work. We're talking about emotional intelligence, one of the most powerful skills you can have, but one we often forget about. Let's dive right in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been in one of those meetings? You know the one where the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife? Maybe a project is going sideways, a conversation gets a little too heated, and you can literally feel the stress hanging in the air. It just grinds everything to a halt, doesn't it? Well, the secret to getting through those moments, and even preventing them, is something called emotional intelligence, or EI for short. And look, this isn't about just being nice or holding hands. It's about being smart with emotions, your own, and the emotions of the people around you. Honestly, it's the real difference between a team that's just stuck in the mud and one that's firing on all cylinders. And here's the best part. This isn't some fluffy, abstract concept. We're going to break it all down into 8 specific things you can actually do. Think of them like tools in a toolkit that you can pull out and use anytime, any day.
So why do we call it a hidden skill? Well, a lot of people write this stuff off as just soft skills, but trust me, these behaviors get real, tangible results.
Okay, first up, let's look at your self-management tools. Because EI really starts with you, how you manage your own actions and reactions.
And tool number 1, it's a classic for a reason. Staying calm under pressure. Seriously, when things start getting tense, your ability to just keep a level head, that is a legitimate superpower.
Here's why it's so important. When you keep your cool, you stop a bad situation from getting worse. You de-escalate it. And how? Is so simple. Just take a breath. Intentionally speak a little more slowly and calmly. It's amazing how that one small change can shift the entire vibe in a room.
All right, tool number 2. This one might feel a little backward at first, but it's so powerful. It's admitting when you just don't know something. See, it's not a weakness. It's actually one of the fastest ways to build trust and show you're credible. And you can literally just say this phrase. By saying, I don't know, but I'd like to find out, you're showing you're honest and you care more about getting to the right answer than just having an answer. It's like an instant invitation for someone to help you figure it out. And that kind of teamwork is exactly what you need when things go wrong. You know, our first instinct is often to point fingers, to find out whose fault it is. This next tool is all about fighting that urge and shifting your focus to the solution. Just look at the difference here. Asking whose fault is this is like hitting the brakes. All progress stops. It's all about the past. But asking, how can I help fix this? That's like hitting the gas. It's all about action, about teamwork, about moving forward. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so we've got our self-management tools down. Now let's build on that foundation. The next set of tools in our kit is all about understanding the people you work with.
Tool number 4 is all about reading the room. Think of it like being a detective. It's about being able to walk into a situation and just get a feel for the vibe, you know? What's the emotional temperature in here?
And why does this even matter? Because it lets you adapt on the fly. If you see everyone has their arms crossed and their voices are tight, you know your original plan might not work. You have to adjust. It's about realizing that communication is way more than just words. It's the body language, the tone. It's the music playing behind the lyrics.
And speaking of hearing that music, that brings us to our next tool, which is, and I'm not kidding, a total game changer for how you communicate. See, most of us, we don't really listen. We're just waiting for our turn to talk, right? We're busy thinking about our brilliant reply. This tool is about completely flipping that on its head. When you stop planning your response and just listen, 2 things happen. First, the other person feels genuinely heard and respected. But second, and this is huge, you actually understand what's going on so much better. Your only job in that moment is to absorb information. That's it.
And this next tool flows perfectly from that one. Once you're truly listening, the next step is to get curious. Instead of just assuming you get it, you start asking questions to make sure you really do. And it can be as simple as asking, can you tell me more about that? Or what do you mean by that? These little questions are amazing. They clear up confusion before it starts, and just as important, they send a really clear message. I hear you, and I care about what you have to say.
All right, we're on to our final set of tools. These are about taking things to the next level, being proactive and using your emotional intelligence to actively build stronger, better relationships at work.
And tool number 7 is so simple, but we forget to do it all the time. It's just showing appreciation for other people's ideas. And get this, you can do it even if you don't agree with the idea.
Just acknowledging the contribution, that's the foundation of a healthy team.
Think about it. When you feel like your input is valued, you're way more likely to speak up again, right? A quick, "Hey, thanks for sharing that perspective," costs you absolutely nothing. But what it buys you is huge. It builds trust, it makes people feel safe to share, and it opens the door for real collaboration.
Okay, our last tool, number 8, is all about making sure that great collaborative feeling doesn't just fizzle out. It's all about how you end a conversation. Doesn't matter if it's a big meeting or a quick chat, ending on a positive, clear note is everything.
So how do you do it? You just summarize. Okay, here's what we got done today, and here's what's happening next. When you do that, everyone walks away on the same page, feeling like they accomplished something. You're swapping out confusion for clarity and momentum. It's a really powerful way to finish.
So there you go. 8 practical, ready-to-use tools for your EI toolkit. But you know, the real secret isn't just knowing the tools, it's using them consistently. When you make these a daily practice, you start to see a change, not just in your own conversations, but in your entire team's culture. And that is the payoff right there. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about building real team trust. It's about encouraging people to actually share their ideas. It creates lasting goodwill, and at the end of the day, it just makes for a way more productive and, frankly, more enjoyable place to work.
So the real question isn't, do these tools work? We know they do. The question is, which one are you going to start with? Don't try to do all 8 at once. Just pick one. Put it to use this week and just watch what happens. Thanks for tuning in.